So I've been doing meditation all throughout the last few months using an app called Headspace, and it's safe to say it's helped transform my life. Hi, my name is Tyler. I am a part-time freelance software developer, content creator, and game developer, and on this channel we explore ways of being productive that are impactful yet simple, one step at a time. So I've tried meditation many times, and I've never stuck to it personally. At least past me hasn't. But I found that I had a lot of morning fogginess. I would be very burnt out from my hyperfocus that I would have because I have ADHD. I tend to focus really intensely, and thus, by the time I get out of that headspace, I'm usually exhausted. I just overall mentally and physically feel tense throughout the day, and I never really had an outlet for that per se. So recently then I decided to pay for Headspace, which is an app that basically has guided meditations. That means you just have to show up, do the meditation, and move on with your day. They have a lot of really interesting meditation guided practices. I personally have one specifically for morning, for afternoon, for evening, and for nighttime, and I use them depending on when I'm actually doing meditation or if I particularly need it for that time. Especially the one where it's about taking a break and just talking about it, and then sort of running through the different sort of awareness parts of it. The thing I really like, and I guess it's pretty clear from Headspace, is that I like that it's guided. I don't have to do my own practice basically. And the thing that I wish I had done way back is leverage resources that basically do all the decision making for me, sort of have the practice, the plan done for me. I just have to show up. And it's really easy to just be like, okay, I could just do it myself. I'll just sit down for 10 minutes, focus on my breathing, yada yada. But that honestly, I don't know if that helped at all. I'm sure it probably helped to some extent. But it felt misguided. It felt like I wasn't really doing it intentionally at the end of the day. And I find that the guided practices sort of give me direction of what to focus on and sort of take the difficulty of what should I be doing during a meditation, which technically is really nothing, but just sort of a mental guidance of like, okay, I can just relax. I don't have to worry about, okay, do I relax this thing? Do I think about this? Do I breathe this way? I just follow. So as for building the habit itself, like I mentioned previously, there's the exercise that I personally picked, which is for morning, for afternoon, evening, day, night. You can choose whatever you want, basically. Basically, try to find a few, like 3 or 4 exercises or guided practices that you particularly like. This will obviously take some time to find what you like, but it serves to make it a lot less difficult friction-wise to be like, okay, which exercise do I want to do? I instead have a menu of stuff that I want to do or that I like, and that's sort of my go-to, so it's just an automatic thing I do now. Obviously, you don't have to do this religiously, like I have to do it in the morning, afternoon, night, evening. Do it when you need to, I guess, and sort of basically do what is right for you. Some days I'll have the afternoon or only evening. Sometimes I'll have not done it the entire day. But a lot of times I try to at least stick to sort of doing it in the morning because I know that that's my most foggiest and my most sort of unclear headspace. So I do, hence the pun headspace. I find that doing it in the morning at least helps me get that clarity in the morning in my head because foggy brain. On a related note, let's talk about what I've sort of benefited from using Headspace, or meditation generally speaking. As I mentioned previously, there's the whole clarity thing. I found that I just didn't want to do anything in the morning. I mean, who doesn't? There was just something about doing the routine of doing the breathing, doing the awareness, that just sort of eased my mind in a way. Brain fog necessarily didn't fully go away, but I found that at least it reduced it. It made it manageable, and thus I could continue with my morning and actually get stuff done. And also, I always find that I have this neck tension. I just sleep funny. I tend to sleep on my side and in weird positions sometimes. So my neck's always like super tense, like if I can crack it. Nope, can't do it today. I always find that I'm like holding tension somewhere unintentionally, and I found that the routines, especially the guided ones that talk through the going through the muscle, scanning your body throughout. I find that it helps me relax sort of the tension that I have throughout the day or in the morning or whenever. Meditation actually helps reduce that sort of tension that I wasn't really aware of in the first place. And also, back to the whole hyper-focus thing, it makes it a lot easier to transition between stuff, because I found that it's really hard for me to stop and start things all the time. And so having the headspace, especially in the afternoon when I've been doing a lot of stuff, it allows me to sort of hit the brake a lot more gentler, instead of being like stop and then I'm just kind of stuck for an hour, half an hour to an hour, be like, I can't focus, I can't get anything done, when I could just use headspace, just reset everything, sort of chill. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that meditation has helped me become a much more productive person and essentially be more aware of my body and my mind, especially when it comes to that unconscious tension that's always in my body, my back, in my face, in my neck, especially my shoulders, because, you know, chair sitting. Being able to avoid burning out or full crashing from focus sessions. And also especially when I'm in this sort of spiral headspace of overthinking and doomsday thinking, it allows me to remember, okay, I should breathe. It will help my anxiety. I will feel a lot less panicky if I just breathe, because it's really easy to forget to breathe when you're panicky and you're anxious and you're just stuck in your emotions sometimes. And especially given my fluctuation of energy levels constantly, having that sort of time to pause for a little bit and not have to think about anything, like I can just dedicate the time to just meditation and nothing else, and that feeling of relaxation sort of gives me a break and allows me to re-energize myself to get more done during the day. Unfortunately, this video is not sponsored. That would be really cool, to be completely honest, but I do recommend Headspace or any app or anything that gives you a routine, because I do think that leveraging other resources instead of having to just figure out yourself, you waste a lot less time. Sure, it's money being used, but I do think if money is used for something that'll benefit you in the long run, if you do end up trying it, a tip that I will give for habits is to not to make yourself do really long meditation. It sounds cool at first until you realize you have to do that all the time, and then you realize you don't have time, especially if you're a really, really busy person. So I recommend 5-10 minutes, max 15 if you can find the time. But 10 minutes for me has been the sweet spot, just because it doesn't take so much time in my day, and I can still go back to doing my own stuff while still giving me enough room to recharge, enough time to decompress, and then I can continue doing whatever I was doing. Overall, I think it's a reminder that we're not machines, we're not computers, we are still human beings with needs, and we need rest, we need food, we need to function and take care of our body. Because I found, especially like if you're a college student, it's really easy to forget, or if you're working a 9 to 5, you know, it's easy to forget. Over time and everything, it's really easy to forget to take care of your body. Sometimes you can forego it, especially when you're younger. Not my case particularly, but I feel like it's a lot easier to keep pushing and play the long game if you are taking care of yourself, and meditation is one of those things that I've learned. Yeah, on a related note to taking care of your body, here's a video about me talking about Trainwell, the online coach app for workouts and stuff. It's helped me sort of maintain my actual workout routine, and I'm actually, for the first time in years, actually exercising. So if you're interested in my thoughts in this video, check it out. But yeah, peace. I'll see you in the next video.